My name is Praveen Sharma, and I started playing cricket here in 1989. And my friend Jaspal Rana, that guy was a national weightlifter for India, and me and him both together in 1994 we started Sunrise Cricket Club. Back home my club name was Sunrise. So when I left my team 1989, I always wanted to start cricket here because that team also I started in India. I had feeling that this club will do well, this name will do well for us. And that's the reason I give this name to this club. I thought, you know what, we should have our own club where everybody welcome. We invite everybody. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are from. You are welcome to Sunrise.
My name is Hemant Ponnapalli. I'm a captain and co-founder of a team called Kitchener Wolves Cricket Club here in Kitchener, Waterloo area. I came to this country in 2016 as an international student. I really have this interest towards cricket because that's the only sport I have been playing all over my life. After staying here for 1 year, I came to know that they play hardball cricket here. So that's when I approached this club here in Cambridge.
My name's Andrew Terry, and I'm from Kitchener, Ontario, and I play cricket for the Kitchener Wolves. My uncle, who was a former professional player back in the 60s, I'm that old, he was a professional cricketer in England, and he taught me the game and inspired me to get interested in it. And living in Canada, it was always hard to find a way to play, and it wasn't until I was much older that I decided to pick up the game. Growing up in Canada, I played baseball, so that was my sport forever, and then it wasn't until about 3 years ago that I decided to try cricket.
My name's Shane Carter, and I've been playing baseball for 26 years. From a young age, I grew up with my dad playing all the time. For the first 16 years of my life, I got to watch him play. So that's kind of what pushed me into the direction. And once I started, I never stopped. In baseball, you have a pitcher. In cricket, you have a bowler. They throw towards a batter. It's the same in both sports, and then you have your fielders out spread across the field. A friend of mine, actually, I used to work with him. His name was Partap. He showed me clips of him playing in India, and I thought it was really cool, and he wants me to teach him how to play baseball, and I told him he has to teach me to play cricket. Usually when I show up to the baseball diamonds, there's usually a game of cricket going on, so I'll stand and watch them play for a bit.
Jaspal Rana, Irfan Arab, and myself, we were three guys from Asia playing cricket here. The rest were all West Indians from Guyana, Jamaica, Barbados. And we were not getting fair chance. We've been treated badly. So one day, Jaspal Rana was a vice captain for the team, and we were getting late for a toss. The referee told us, the umpire we call, that guys, if you don't do toss right now, you guys are going to lose the overs. And our captain wasn't there. His name was Joe from West Indies. And Jaspal, I said, Jaspal, why don't you do the toss so we can start the game? So Jaspal did. After a few overs, captain arrives and he started yelling and humiliating and insulting Jaspal Rana. And that was the time and day we started, no, we are not going to put up with this anymore. And then we used to go to Waterloo Park for a practice time. They used to call us Pakis, insulting us. Because we had no power. We had nobody to back us up. We were a bunch of young guys.
We had a lot of issues, as a team, we sorted out in the team itself. But the thing is, people have no idea how this sport is played. They think that why do they need the whole ground? We had this bad incident in 2022 where our cricket pitch was toned off, by somebody. It was ripped off completely.
Middle of the summer, we had been playing for almost a month and a half, every weekend, multiple times on the weekend, in the park in Cambridge that was our home field, and a very nice pitch that had been put in that year, brand new. And one day we got a call from one of the teammates that was going there to do a little practice before a game, and he told us that the pitch was destroyed. And we were like, well, what do you mean? He's like, it's destroyed, it's unplayable. So we went to check it out, and so it seems that someone had taken a knife or something and cut huge lines in the pitch and then ripped up the AstroTurf right in the areas where you would bat and bowl on purpose, because they knew that would be where it would be it would do the most damage and make it unplayable. And we were obviously very disappointed. We reported it to the city of Cambridge to let them know, and they apologized and told us they would fix it as fast as they could, because I've lived in Canada for most of my life. I'm an immigrant, but I've lived in Canada most of my life, and I'm the only Canadian in the team in the league. Everybody else is Southeast Asian descent. And I felt like very sad, because it was clearly an act of racism, in my view. The city tried to fix it as fast as they could, but it took almost 2 months. It wasn't until September that we got the field back, which was unfortunate, because we had to scramble. We missed games. We had to make up games in other cities. We had to go play in Woodstock and Guelph and London. So it was very frustrating and honestly very sad, because we had some unpleasant situations for sure, and we're all fairly certain that this was neighbors that were sick and tired of us playing who did the damage.
This happened just because they don't know how big is the sport and how the sport actually works on the field.
It's not the only instance of vandalism on pitches. It's happened once before, the year before, where people set fireworks off on the field and made it unplayable. So it's something that we hope stops. We went to the papers and we did interviews with local media, both on TV and print, to try to just get the awareness out that, if you have some questions about why we're using so much of the field, come out and ask us. Come and watch a game. Get to know everybody, because everybody is so friendly and so welcoming that we would certainly welcome anybody who wanted to know more and understand what we were doing. Put it this way. If there was a team of people playing baseball on the baseball diamond all day, they wouldn't come out and wreck the baseball diamond. I know that. So, call that whatever you want to call it, racism, xenophobia, whatever. It was anger towards this group of people playing the game. And in other instances with some of the neighbors, they've said to some of my teammates, you people don't deserve the whole field all day. And so they definitely would not be saying that, or wouldn't say that to the kids on the other side of the park playing soccer. They didn't go accost them. So, it's a strong word for sure, but it definitely in play.
Racism. They don't like a bunch of Asian guys are playing. They don't like it. Hey, it happens everywhere. Not only in this country. Everywhere it happens. The guy like Barry Bervanvik, the mayor of Kitchener, is ambassador for us. When Barry first time running for mayor, he approached me. He said, Praveen, I need your help. And I said, sure. I met him and he impressed me. He's the finest human being I ever met. And this is how Barry came into a picture. To be very honest, we never went for help. We want him to give justice to us. If we need a field, we should get field if others are getting 2. If they are getting 2 hours, we want to get 2 hours. We don't want favor from you, but treat us fairly. And then this is how Barry got into a picture, Brenda Hollerine, the mayor, Dave Jarosky, all these mayors got involved with us. And they all loved the way we conduct. They always believed in my vision. They always thought that I'm doing something very good for a community. And they supported us. We are happy. They're working with us. Like this year, they're going to make me one more ground. So they are really cooperative. They are really helpful.
Barry Verbanovich, mayor of the city of Kitchener. So I was first elected in 2014 as mayor, although I've been a councillor since 1994, so 20 years before that. Certainly it's a very busy and active role, one that keeps me busy 365 days a year, 7 days a week. But it's also an exciting role. Sports are certainly an important part of the community. The ones that we've seen growing in our community, for example, over the past number of years, has been the sport of cricket, which has been very popular as we see new students and others arrive in the community from countries where cricket is very popular, and so it's something that we've begun to make investments in and work with various community groups to support going forward. Cricket is a sport that has been in existence in this area for some time. It's one that we've seen various facilities develop. So, for example, many of the local groups have been using cricket pitches in Waterloo that support the broader cricket community. More recently, we've opened up a cricket pitch for children and young adults. It's a bit of a smaller field in Southwest Kitchener, and we're working with different community members to see the facilities in the community grow, particularly outdoor facilities. I've done a lot of work with our largest group in the community, the Sunrise Cricket Club, and certainly I know our staff have been meeting with various groups who have been making use of our facilities here in the community.
People from Southeast Asia who like cricket or don't like cricket, they will stop seeing people of a different skin color as different and be more welcoming. So I do think it'll get better.
End of the day, it's a growing sport. I told you, going forward, not now, maybe in next 5 years, cricket a better sport in KWC area.
So right now, our junior team, which we call Stallion, all the guys playing there, they are our own product. We develop them here just like them. So tomorrow and 20 years later, they'll be running the show here for me. I might not be around, but the show will be there. Sunrise will be there. Soka will be there. So my agenda from day one was to plant a seed which can grow and carry our community. Make sure they're successful in their life and contributing to the country which they're living in.
These are the struggles we are facing initially at this point of time where cricket is growing in a larger scale. So going forward, encourage the sport throughout the Canada.
For the city and for the people here, that we kind of grow the surroundings and grow the sport and give everyone a place to play.
I think that a lot of the pitches that have been put in sometimes have been built and designed by people that don't play the sport. So they build them in ways that aren't conducive to the sport and they cause problems. Hopefully that's changed. We went through a lot of that trouble last year, rearranging one of the fields down in South Kitchener. But hopefully the cities who do the planning and the building will start asking for help when they want to design they know how to build a baseball diamond for sure. How about you just ask some cricket players how to build a cricket pitch, and it'll save everybody money and time.
Certainly, I mean, obviously, cricket is a global sport that gains much international attention because of changing immigration demographic. We're seeing much growth in cricket, and I think that will no doubt continue to occur and see interest not just in people participating locally, but what's happening on the international cricket scene as well.
I want to take a chair, go to Waterloo Park, sit on a chair, and see them running the show for next 20 years.